Welcome to Sauce in the City late night comedy game show where me and my funny friends are bringing fun and games to late night TV. This is a live show, meaning I am the only one in the room who is supposed to watch my mouth. Everybody else says and does what they like because we're here to hear their kind of comedy. See what I did there? All right, you guys, we hope you guys are ready for an amazing show. And away we go.
Are you ready?
Still the best part of my intro. All right, you guys, any good game show needs contestants, and have we got a lineup for you guys tonight? First up to the stream is my friend and your friend, Joey Lee. Hi, Joey.
I can't believe it, Brenda. Uh, this is the greatest cast we've ever had. We've got four of the best hitters on the lineup, and like in baseball, you have the first four. Oh my gosh, how did you get them? I'm gonna be taking medication all night so I don't like get sick and faint. My goodness. Mark Brenton is here. I can't believe it. My idol. I'm his idol. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, let me take the
Okay.
mic back from you before you
All right.
uh, make our
Oh,
ratings go into the toilet. It's always good to see you, Joey. And thank you for joining us. It's awesome to see you as always. And from your excitement, I can see you're ready to meet some more contestants. So
oh
let's do it.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Next up, we have been the two of us, man. Look. Oh,
Oh, if only I'd never heard that song before. It's three letters, but there's so many things they can do with it. It's been there, been done that, Ben the Rat, Ben Jammin, Ben Tovin, Bend Over. It just goes on and on and on.
well, I'm glad it gets to go on and on and on our show, Ben, because I didn't just meet you because I met you on the what is it? Laughing with the Minguses? No, wait, Grand
Yeah,
Baron Mingus.
it was one of your comedy shows. I remember that.
Well, I'm so glad that you're back, but let everybody who's tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond know more about Ben the two of us. Oh, wait.
Well, there's not much to know, really. I started life very, very young. Um, I outgrew it quickly. So I've now officially realized I'm too old to be too young to die. Uh, so yeah, there's just mostly I'm at that age where when I go on job interviews and they say, "So where do you see yourself in 5 years?" I'm like, uh, well, yeah, that's a bold question at this point.
Well, it's good to have you here, Ben, and all your turmoil. And I'm glad you haven't outgrown us yet. And as a newbie on this show, we get to ask you this awesome question, which is what is your favorite game show or competition series?
Oh, I would have to say, whose line is it anyway?
Ah, classic. All right.
Yeah, I love that show.
Okay. Never miss an episode, do we?
Oh, I miss plenty, but when I get a chance, I tune in.
Well, I hope that you won't miss any more of our episodes because this one's going to be great. Are you ready to meet some more contestants?
I'm ready.
All right, this is going to be an awesome show. Next up, we have Randy Holton. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, everybody. It's going to be a great show. Um, I'm always psyched. Let's get going. Go, 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 go. Get Florida.
Go, Florida. Well, I'm glad to have one of the best things from Florida on the show once again. So let's meet some more contestants. Next up, we have Abigail Comedy. Hi, Abigail. Unmute your mic and your voice.
Hi, everybody. Are you guys ready to get with Jesus this evening? Down here in the South, where we live in God's waiting room here in the Florida. No, nobody. Well, I just, maybe next time we'll get down with the big man. You never know.
I love it. Well, just remind me, the cast, and the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, a little bit more about Abigail Comedy.
So I started in Nashville approximately 10 years ago, right around the time that Robin Williams died. I decided, if one's coming down from the stage, we should have another one come up front, right? So then I thought, hey, he's Episcopalian. I'm Episcopalian. No, we're not alien. Thank you for coming to Jesus this evening. It's Sunday, right? What day is it? And then I moved to Southwest Florida. Now I live in Port Charlotte, and I have been doing the fun comedy scene down here. I'm located anywhere from Dunedin. I call it the Dundon, Florida, because, I'm from Kentucky. And then all the way down to Naples, where we're very refined and kind of styling. So whichever way you want to go, I'm here for you. I'm oftentimes considered a deflated Dolly Parton. I don't care what you say. I was compared to Dolly Parton. So
that's the bottom line of it. Well, welcome back to the show. We're happy to have a return visitor. That's when we know we're doing our job right. And are you ready to meet some more contestants?
Absolutely. I'm getting excited over here.
Hey, next up we have Jay Risk. Hi, Jay.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. And he has a dimple. So tell the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, because I just met you right now, all about Jay Risk in 30 seconds or less,
Okay, elevator pitch here. I'm Jay Risk, born in New Jersey. I'm a comedian, producer, performer, and I've gone around the country. I've performed in Europe, and I just absolutely love comedy. I've done television, Broadway, you name it, in various capacities, and this is something that I really love. So I thank you for letting me participate.
Hey, He did it in exactly 30 seconds. That is a professional, you guys. Woo! I'm excited. All right, Jay. So tell us, what is your favorite game show or competition series?
This is going to sound the old Hollywood Squares with Joan Rivers.
I love that show.
Yes. Can't beat it. Yeah.
I actually watched the reruns over and over and over again. That is just some classic game show stuff right there. So I'm excited because our show contains, as you can see, a little bit of that Hollywood Squares kind of vibe to it. So I'm going to be curious to see what you think after the show. Are you ready to meet some more contestants?
I'm so ready.
I love it. Next up is Stephen Douglas. Hi, Stephen.
Hi, everybody. I don't know if I'm ready for Jesus Land, but when I'm driving, I like to send some fucking people out in Jesus Land that don't know where the hell they're going. Send them right off out there. They'll be praying to God on their way. Good to be here tonight. Glad you got some new people on here. I'm ready to make some laughs, get some laughs, and see who's laughing at me, with me, or whatever. Let's have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Be free. Be open. And let's get some laughs.
And shout out to Michelle Laird, because I know she's out there tuning in her normal spot right on YouTube. So shout out to her. All right, let's meet one more. Let's see if his camera will allow us. Nope. Mark Kidwalk Britton is on the show. However, we are going to have to probably remove him from the studio and tell him to come back. But in the meantime, we have David Funny Man Green to the screen. Hi, David. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Thanks for bringing me back.
Well, of course. What else would we do? We've moved the whole show to make sure that you can be on it. So welcome back, and just remind the people, just in case there's some new ones out there, you know, a little bit more about Funny Man Green.
Well, I reside in a small place called Cumberland, Maryland. I've been doing comedy for a few years. I've been on Salton City. Oh shoot, what's it been, like 3-4 years?
It always makes me laugh and tickles me because yes, all the way from the dark caves of Gaza, all the way to the light with the nice background. I'm so proud.
From hot in the show, from X to.
Well, it's good to have you back, and I'm glad that we have a nice, robust cast for the night. And while we put some brakes on it and try to get Mark back on the screen, we're gonna take a sponsor spotlight. Whoa. Talking about the spotlight, y'all.
Yeah.
And word. I love when I have backup. All right. This is one of our favorite parts of the show, where we get to highlight different faces, spaces, and places, and things that are close to our heart. And this is one video that was done for us. Shout out to Jim Zachary Jr., which is one of our day one Sauced in the Cityans and has been supporting the platform ever since December 2020. He made this video for us for our 4-year anniversary. We're almost at 6 now. So woo, shout out to us. Ooh. But it is a classic. And so I will continue to play it because I love it. Shout out to him. And I hope you love it as much as we do. Welcome.
December 6, 2020 was a great night. It was the night that I was able to go and finally get on that stage in Vegas. It's a night that everybody looks forward to. I think back of that, I think that of a famous quote, Las Vegas is a place you go to escape reality, but the reality is that what happens there will follow you for the rest of your life. And that is definitely true in my case, and I hope it is in yours as well. So many games, so much fun, so much time I got to spend with Brenda Brown and the rest of the crew. What we were doing was big, it was exciting, it was a lot of fun. What we didn't know was what Brenda Brown was working on behind the scenes to make a bigger stage for all of us. Brenda Brown had a vision to bring everything from the screen to the stage, and so Sauced in the City Live was born. From the pre-show promotions to the pre-stage bonding, so many comedians from all over the country gathered in one place, Las Vegas, all from the vision of one person. Brenda had a vision to take all the games that we played on screen and put them on the stage in Las Vegas. And Sauce in the City is still going strong today. This is the first annual comedy family reunion. Congratulations, Sauce in the City, for making it 4 years in service. Brenda believed it was important to give everybody the platform to shout out the people that truly inspire you. I'd like to take the time to shout out the people that truly inspired me during my stint with Sauce in the City. Jimmy Howe for introducing me to Sauce in the City. Charlie Mack for all the help behind the scenes. Darrell Hearns for the inspiration. Willie C. Smith, the Colorado comic, for his loyal support to the platform, Sauce in the City, and for all the guidance that he gives the newcomers. The very funny and amazingly talented Lisa Wood, and to the person that without none of this is possible, Miss Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. A very special thank you to UBSN TV, Roku, The Artifice Las Vegas, Sarah, your bartender, and Morpheus to provide the stage to make tonight possible. Congratulations, Sauce in the City. I can't wait to see what you do next.
And that was the sponsor spotlight. Whoa, 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 whoa. Talking sponsor spotlight, y'all.
Wow.
And word. Yes, shout out to Jim Zachary Jr. Thank you so much for the video. And if you guys have videos that you would like on the sponsor spotlight, please direct message us because we love to show them all. And as you guys can see, we have one more that's now made it back to the studio, and we want to make sure that he gets his intro. Mark Kidwalk Britton, good to have you back. Let's check your mic. Well, he actually makes a good picture. He can't hear us. He probably.
Oh, there he is.
Can you hear us? Blink once for yes, twice for no. No, such a shame. We can't hear you.
Mute.
That's okay. We're going to keep working with it until we can have him. But this is your cast for tonight. And we're going to jump right on to our first task, which is picking two of you to compete for our big grand $25 prize. So in this mini game, it is called Tap In. Everyone will turn their screens off. I will ask a question, and the first one to turn their screen on and answer with the right answer will win the first spot in the game. So here we go. The first question for the first spot in the game is, let me think of a good one. Oh, back in the movies Ghostbuster, was the Ghostbuster mobile white? Yes or no?
Yes.
Funny
Yes.
Man Green, you're
Yes.
the first person to turn on your camera. What is the correct answer?
The correct answer, it definitely was white.
Yay! All right, so you will be our first contestant of the night. Don't worry, everybody else. You have one more chance. Everybody, cameras off. All right. Let's think of a good question. When you guys, oh, not everybody came in at the same time. Okay, so nobody would know. Um, think. Um, oh, I can't think of any. Uh, okay, cartoons. Think of cartoons. Um, what color is SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yellow.
Abigail was the first to turn her camera on. Quick Draw McGraw. What is the correct answer?
Yellow.
Woo! All right, you guys, we got a fight going on here between Funny Man Green and Abigail. So congratulations. Let's check in with Mark. Mark, are you there? Okay, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. But the game is now between Abigail and Funny Man Green. And this is going to be a good one. Our first game up between the two of you is called Blackout. The game rules are very simple. I am going to ask each of you 3 questions, and you will get 1 point for every person who agrees with you. If everybody agrees with you, you will earn a bonus 5 points. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. But beware, if nobody agrees with you, that is what is referred to as a blackout, and you will forfeit the rest of your questions. Everybody with me?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10, Abigail and Funny Man Green, to decide who goes first. What number am I thinking of?
6.
Funny Man Green?
7.
Abigail, you win. I am thinking of the number 4 because it is 4/4/2025. So Abigail, you get to decide who is going to go first, either you or Funny Man Green.
Funny Man Green.
All right, she put you up to the dirty work. She's out for blood. She's got something in mind. All right, Funny Man Green, you
Okay.
ready for your first question?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Question: if you and your mate broke up, but they needed 90 days to get on their feet, would you allow them to stay? Hashtag weigh in, y'all. What do you think?
If me and my mate was
You guys broke
was the
up.
break. Okay, if we broke up and she needed a place to stay, my answer would be it depends if she has kids. If she don't have no kids, well, we should go in a shelter or something like that. No, but if she got kids or whatever like that, no. It's because me and her have problems. Don't mean that I'm going to take it out on the kids or whatever. So that's my answer.
Well, that's kind of a 50-50 answer. So I need one way or the other. Are you letting her stay or not?
Yes or no?
I said if she got kids.
Yes
Um,
or no?
It's only a 2-hour show.
I know, right? Make
Yes.
your mind up. Or you will forfeit your points. Which one?
Okay. Will I let my ex stay if she needed a place to stay? Truthfully, no. But once again, if she got kids, yeah. So my answer is no. My answer is no.
No.
All right. So the rest of the cast, if you guys agree with Funny Man Green and she can't stay for the 90 days, keep your cameras on. And if
9
you
days already
disagree,
moved on. My new girl ain't gonna want her.
and if you decide that she can stay because you have a heart, turn your cameras off at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. It looks good. Let's see what you got going. All right. I don't know who's making that sound, but please stop. Thank you. All right. So I think Jay Risk. I'm not okay. Yes, he put his finger over his camera. Stay that way. Nope. Keep your finger over your camera for me. All right. So it looks like Rand. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Randy, Steven, Abigail, and Joey agree with you that she's got to go. All right, Jay Risk. Pull your finger from your camera. Turn your camera on. And you have a heart. She can stay.
Yes. I don't know what she did to deserve us breaking up, but if she had to go, I'm not going to let some lady go on the street and be homeless. I just can't do that.
Oh, big heart.
Booty call.
Well, hold up. If 9 times out of 10, if the reason why she left is because you put
It's
her out.
only a 2-hour show, please. Thank you. Do not scream across the screen. Ben, camera on. Okay, you're saying you have a heart and she can stay.
I would let her stay, yes.
Well, we have 2 good folks in the house who'll let them stay. Let's check back in with Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hello, I think I finally got it fixed. Had to reboot and everything. Let me know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
All right.
And now introduce yourself to the people who are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond.
All right, I am Mark Kidwell, written 7 voices on Dragon Ball Z, the original Funimation dub. I am contemplating going back to Crunchyroll to work again in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and do more animes. I do voices, and I'm also an MC, moderator, host for a lot of the Comic-Cons throughout the United States. I have my own show in the Las Vegas Hard Rock Casino in 2009, sponsored by Vince Paul, the drummer for the band Pantera, as you can see behind me.
Woo!
All right.
Woo! Well, welcome to the
Nice.
show. I'm glad we finally got your camera going and audio going. And I get to ask you this question. What is your favorite game show or competition series?
It has to be the Family Feud, and series would be American Gladiator. I used to love American Gladiator.
Oh my God, I still love American Gladiator. I watch the reruns on Tubi, just in case y'all want to know.
There you
Tubi
go.
can send me my check. All right, you won't be able to play in this game because we weren't able to count your vote for Funny Man Green. But Funny Man Green, you got you have Randy, Steven, Abigail, and Joey. So you have 4 points. So remember that, because you know my memory ain't that good. All right, Abigail, you're up next for your first question. What? Yes?
Is he also disqualified from Abigail's first question too?
Let me run the show, please. Only 2
Fair is
hours.
fair. I'm just saying.
All right, Abigail.
Yes.
Are you ready for your question?
Yes.
All right. So let's find a good one for you.
Wow.
Which one of these would you prefer your guy in? Mid briefs, A, B, men's briefs, men's bikini, D, or let's move this, or boxer shorts, I think those are, or some special kind of undies there. Okay, so go ahead and pick the one you think most men would like to be seen in. What do you think?
Oh gosh, I have to vote with my heart here. You know, because Jesus would prefer it that way. I'd like E because we want to see the humor in life, and I feel like men in general would just like to have fun with their junk, swaying in the wind every day, So I'm going with E. I hope everybody is really feeling that sway in the wind, you know.
All right, rest of the cat. Uh-oh. The dog didn't like it. He's like, I don't like those.
It's dark, and my husband walked through. They're like, "Oh, you will not."
All right, rest of the cast. If you agree with Abigail on E with the special undies for the special night, leave your cameras on. If you disagree and say, I'm going to be in something else for my special night, cameras off at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Let's see what your scoreboard looks like.
Oh, man, you have got to come to it. You can't tell me if you put that on with your lady friend that one, she will not stay with you forever. But also,
let's see. You didn't black out. You got 1, which is Jay Risk. He saved your booty. All right.
Thank you,
Jay,
by the way.
You're down to clown with the fun underwear?
Yeah, why not? It's Dumbo kind of underwear. Who doesn't want to ban Dumbo?
Right?
Well,
I'm feeling the love
Dude,
here.
those are
Thank
funny,
you.
And you can wear those. You can wear those. Any woman would see me come out and be like, "Oh, yeah," and it would be on. It'd be a Barry
Done.
White scenario.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, Abigail, you have 1 point, and Funny Man Green has 4. Everybody else, camera on. Very nicely done. All right, Funny Man Green, it's back up to you. And now, Mark, you are in play on this next question. All right, Funny Man Green, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I think this is one that I really wanted to ask because it comes across my page so often. Which mother would best handle today's generation of kids? Do you think it would be Claire from The Cosby Show? Do you think it would be Rochelle from Everybody Hates Chris? Florida from Good Times Every Time You Want a Baby? Oh, or Vivian from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What do you think?
Well, it won't be Vivian because when she was in and out the show, and there was another one of her. It wouldn't be Flo because damn. And who was it? Who was the other one? Rochelle. I got to go with Claire. The reason why I'm going with Claire is because she was a lawyer, and the way these badass kids is now, you definitely need a lawyer, to set them straight. So that's why I'm going with Claire from the Cosby Show.
I like how you did that, the process of elimination, and I think I'd even dare to sway my opinion that way. All right, rest of the cast. If you think that by Funny Man Green's explanation that Claire would be the best mother to deal with these kids today, leave your cameras on. If you have a differing opinion, turn your cameras off at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, how do you think you did, Funny Man Green?
Oh, probably blacked out. They probably picked Flo from Good Times and her lumpy oatmeal. No wonder JJ was only 100 pounds. And
that's right.
Let's see how you did. Oh, okay. So you have 2. You earned 2 points, and Abigail is on your side. Abigail, let us know what's your opinion.
Am I playing the game wrong? Should I be voting differently? Because I really like my opponents. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, you agreed with them, and so you said Claire. So I don't know.
I'm an honest person.
There you go. And that's what we like around here, honesty. Ben, your camera's on. You agreed with Funny Man Green.
I did, yes. Well, he brought up a good point. The fact that she's an attorney, which means she knows the law pretty well, which means, kid gets out of hand, she can whack that sucker through the room and do it legally,
Wow. That those are really
no
good.
Child abuse. We're
of
good.
You and Funny Man Green, you got 2. So with your 4, that's 6. Abigail, you have some work to do. So here is your next question. Let's pick a good one. Here we go. How about this? Who would you bring back for one final movie? Heath Ledger, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Brittany Murphy, Michael Clark Duncan, Patrick Swayze, Marilyn Monroe, Paul Walker, Bruce Lee, Ryan Dunn, Robin Williams, Bernie Mac, or Corey Monteith. I hope I got that right. Who are you bringing back?
Hello, Robin Williams.
Right.
I mean, you can't go wrong. Robin Williams. I'm in. I finally got it right. Everybody, come on. Robin Williams. Get right with Jesus and such.
Abigail is
okay.
Pretty turned up about her answers. So the rest of the cast, everybody, cameras on for me. Just so I know where I'm going to start out at. Everybody, cameras on, cameras on. There we go. All right. If you agree with Abigail Comedy and you think Robin Williams should come back for that one more shot, leave your cameras on. If you have a differing opinion, turn your cameras off at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Okay. Well, I don't know. How do you think you did? What do you feel?
I feel fantastic. I mean, it's Robin Williams. I can't go wrong. But there was somebody that said they like dark humor. I mean, he did dark acting. Does that count?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you did pretty good. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more points. Okay, so that's really good. But you got 2 that had a differing opinion. Joey Lee, camera on. Who are you bringing back?
Lee Shalom. That's Bruce Lee.
Bruce
Shalom
Lee.
is his first name, Bruce, and in China they put it or last. And Bruce Lee Shalom. And my wife is Chinese, so I need to make sure I cover that. And then also, for Mark's sake, that thing he does in the Kung Fu where he goes, he made that up he made that up in Kung Fu. They don't do that. He made that up to say that while they're like distracted, listen to this. He'd punch him in somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Funny Man Green, camera on. Who are you bringing back?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm not doing it, to win the game or anything like that. No. But I agree with Joey. I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. So it was either Bruce Lee or Bernie Mac.
Wow.
Okay, Bruce Lee or Bernie Mac. So, well, that's okay, Abigail. You did some work in the studio. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to add to your 1. So you are at 6 points. So you and Funny Man Green are even? Yes. Ooh, we got a good game going. All right, Funny Man Green, you're at 6. She's caught up to you. Are you ready for your last and final question?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Last and final. Is it okay to season chicken in the sink? Is it safe to season meat in the kitchen sink? What do you think?
Oh, well, tell the truth. Meat's not safe, but the season, the meat in the sink, is it safe? No, because there is a whole bunch of different bacteria and different things like that, and all that's in the sink. I don't care how much bleach you use or whatever. It still can contaminate the meat. So once again, my answer is no.
No, I like it. I like the commentary. You know, you got to talk people into a vote sometimes. All right. If you guys, the rest of the cast, if you guys think that you're with Funny Man Green and it's not safe to season the meat in the sink. I mean, when I was little, I see my mom do it a couple of times. So that's probably what's wrong with me now. But
exactly. Especially being metal or aluminum or something. I mean, the things
you find out
now.
things all late. You find out things all late.
Exactly.
But if you think that it's safe, like my mama used to do it back in the day, cameras off at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Okay. Huh. Okay. What do you think, Funny Man Green? You think everybody agrees with you?
I think if they don't agree, they're sick. Like literally.
All right. Well, let's see your results. Oh, we got 3 in the house that say it's safe and they'll do it. Joey Lee is one of them. Joey, camera on. You say it's okay to season the meat in the sink.
I do it when Lily's not home. It's kind of like a thrill. You know, I'm like doing something like devious like that behind her back. She would never allow it. So it's just for my thrill.
Abigail, comedy. As the only woman on the stream, you say, hey,
Well,
it's doable.
So when it comes to having 3 children, sometimes if you just scrub that sink real good, you don't make the mess all over the place. You can season up real good, and then you can clean it up real easily. So that's the reason why I said, you know, with all these children running around, I don't know if you saw any of them. Sometimes it's easier and faster to utilize what you've got.
Ah, I love it. Now,
I think that's why your mama did it that way.
I think so too. There was one more. Hold on. There was one more with their camera off, right? Okay, it was Mark. That's right, guys. Please stay in the position because as you can see, I lose my place very quickly. All right, Mark. Now camera on. And you say it's perfectly normal to season the meat in the sink.
My mom was Filipino. That's all. That's all I really. I mean, come on. Do I got to say any more? I mean,
that's true.
Enough said. Call Fred. Okay, so you made 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you made 4, 5. You made 5 points to go along with your 6, David Green. So now you are standing at a total of 11 points. Y'all give it up. That was a good round. That was a good round for you.
Very
All
good.
right, Abigail. Now you need 5 to tie, 6 for the win. Are you ready for your next question?
I'm in. I'm in.
All right, here we go. The last, this is always a good one. Whose death was the most saddest? Was it Cleo, Ricky, Raheem, or Kane? And this is testing that, DEI process. So hopefully y'all seen one of these movies. What did you say, Abigail?
No, go back. I can't. Ricky, I think was the name. Ricky, yeah. Okay, I'm locking in on Ricky.
Ricky.
I'm locking in on Rick. I thought I've watched, but it'd been a long time. I think I would probably, things happen when you watch some of these shows. And so I think Ricky, I'm gonna lock in at Ricky. Okay, guys, come right. I'm in. Just warm fuzzies, okay?
Okay, y'all. I love asking this question to a majority Caucasian cast. It always tickles me. if you guys,
what tent are you today? I don't know.
I love it more. All right, cast. If you guys agree that it was Ricky from Boys in the Hood, I'll give you that much.
Thank you.
Leave your cameras on. If you're like shot in the dark, but I don't think that was the saddest one. and another movie was the only one that I saw. Cameras off at the count of 3.
No, all cameras on. All cameras on.
What?
All right.
2,
Support your sister here.
3.
All cameras on.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so how do you think you did, Abigail?
I have no idea. I don't know. I want to feel love. I want to thank the Academy. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
You got 6 for the lead and only 1, which is Jay Risk. All right, Jay.
You've been on my team for so long.
Which one was the saddest death in your opinion?
I'm going with Raheem.
That was pretty sad.
Yeah.
I actually had nightmares about Cleo in Set It Off. I had nightmares for 3-4 years after that movie. I'll never watch it again. I won't watch it now. All right, you guys, we have Funny Man Green at 11. We have Abigail Comedy at 12. We got a tight, close race, and we're off to our next segment, which is You Say Trivia, which is an interactive comedy trivia game. Now, you guys who are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, this is where you guys come in. The game rules are either Funny Man Green or Abigail will pose a question with 3 viable answers. And if the cast gets it correct, the cast will be in charge of the comedian's future, whether they do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. But if the cast gets it incorrect, then the comedian remains in control of their future and will decide if they do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. But beware, in all scenarios, the something else is created by the cast. Does everybody understand me so far?
Yes.
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 All right. Now, this is very important for our competing contestants because if the cast gets it correct, you get the big goose egg in points. If the cast gets it incorrect, you will receive 5 whole points. So this is an all or nothing round. All right, Funny Man Green, because you are trailing by 1 point, you get to decide who gets to ask the question first. Do you want to go first, or would you like Abigail to go first?
I'll go first. No matter to me.
Okay, perfect. Pose your question.
Chivalry.
Okay, Cass. What material was used to make George Washington's teeth? Was it plastic? Was it I don't know, the teeth of slaves or something? Was it paper or was it wood?
You only have 3 choices.
Paper, plastic, or wood. All right, you guys. What was George Washington?
I said paper, slaves' teeth.
You only
paper or
get
wood?
3 choices. You only
Oh,
get 3.
okay. All right. Plastic,
We
slaves,
all
teeth,
know
or
the
wood?
answer.
There's 2 answers.
No, I
Hold
There's
know
on.
two
it's
answers?
100% sure. Come
Everybody,
on.
hold on. Let him pose the question one more time and give the 3 answers.
It's the question: what materials was used to make George Washington's teeth? Was it plastic, slaves' teeth, or wood? And there's only
Got
one
it.
answer.
30 seconds on the clock. You guys have 30 seconds to all decide an answer together. Once you come up with your answer, everybody will turn their cameras off and yell locked in, which will let me know that you guys have made your answer, and we will go from there. Everybody, cameras on at this point, right? And now 30 seconds to talk about it. And then once you guys have all decided, everybody turns their cameras off and yells locked in. Let the conversations begin.
Okay, we'll let the OGs tell us the correct answer, which is wood.
As far as I know, it was wood, but there was
Yeah,
some gold
wood.
in there.
No, actually,
made
it's
them-
recorded
was
that
some-
he used the teeth of slaves as
Oh.
well.
He did use teeth from slaves.
He
He
used
did.
the
So there's
teeth of
2.
slaves.
Ooh,
And wood, yes.
I never heard that.
Yep.
And wood,
is
yes. So it's a
documented.
combination of both.
But
We
wood
don't
was
have
the
that
main.
choice, though, do we?
Wood.
Yes,
And they
I'm
were
gonna
held
say
together
wood.
with silver and gold.
No.
Okay, so
What's
we're
wood?
locking in at
Wait.
Wood.
Did he say the
wood.
teeth or the actual dentures?
Wood. We're
actual
just saying wood.
The
Wood.
teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, wood. Let's go wood.
Wood.
Okay. Wood.
I got
Okay,
wood.
let's go with that.
Wow. Okay. I heard a lot of chitter chatter, so I have to get some kind of commentary. Jay, camera on and tell us what the chitter chatter was about.
Well, there seems to be a discrepancy between the documented history of George Washington's teeth, and as I have read, he's had several different types of things that he used for teeth: slaves' teeth, wood. He also used a little bit of animal bone.
Oh, ooh, look at us learning something. But I think what was the team's answer finally?
Wood, and I agree.
Okay, wood, and he agrees. All right, let's bring Funny Man Green back to the screen. Tell us what the answer was and give us a little background.
George Washington's dentures were not made of wood, but rather a combination of materials including human teeth, which was the slaves, cow teeth, ivory, lead, brass, gold, and mental springs.
Was that an option?
So the answer, yes, the option was people's teeth, like Jay Riss said. So that would mean that you guys got it incorrect going with wood, because even out of everything that he said, I didn't hear anything about wood. All right, so Funny Man Green, you get to decide whether you want to do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else, and you have won yourself 5 additional points.
Oh, all right. 5 points. Okay. I'll forget. Let's do the 3 minutes of comedy.
All right, 3 minutes are on the clock, and let her rip.
Okay. Well, speaking of let her rip, I want to let somebody know I did hear you fart during the show or whatever. I don't know who it was, but and that's something I don't like. I don't like somebody who I call like a jokey smurf farter. You know what I mean? Somebody that will sit there and and fart in front of you and wait for your reaction. You know what I mean? And then when you smell it, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, surprise. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I can't stand that. Reason being is because you know what I mean. I can't stand real bad hygiene. I'm talking about somebody that stinks so bad that if you look at them, you can see their shadow holding their nose. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't stand that. Like I've repeated in many occasions, you know what I mean? Bad breath. Me and bad breath does not get along. You know what I mean? I ended different situations, wherever and all because of that. You know what I mean? Whether it was relationships, friendships, all that. You know what I mean? My opinion, I think whoever has bad breath should be charged with assault, depending on how bad the breath is. Assault with deadly weapon. You know what I mean? You're charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah. I find it crazy about this Diddy situation. People talking about, you know what I mean? Do I think that he really, you know what I mean, was like a rapist or whatever? Like I said, his catchphrase was "take that, take that." I mean,
Wow. Wow.
Dude, them Babbles, they done found like they done
Done
found like
fall out.
1,000 bottles of oil, baby oil, and lube and junk. I mean, damn. You know what I mean? I guess that's what you call a party or something. I don't know, but what else? My dad. Let me tell you about my dad. My dad was in and out my life and everything for a long period of time. You know what I mean? In and out of prison and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so when he finally got out, you know what I mean, I was excited. I was like, it was family reunion. I go up to him. I was like, hey, what's up, Dad? And he was like, hey, son. He said, I need a favor. I need to borrow like $15 from you. I said, $15 is that you owe me about $1 million in child support. He said, well, let me get that 15 and I'll pay you back $1,015,000. I'm like, oh my God, this guy.
Time is up, and that was the comedic stylings of Funny Man Green. All right, Funny Man Green, let's get some commentary. If you guys in the studio enjoyed what Funny Man Green did, please turn your screens on. And if he wasn't all that funny to you, leave your screens off, and we'll talk about that later. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, let's see. Let's get some commentary. All right, we have 2. All right, Mark. Let's see what Mark Kidwalk Britton has to say. Camera on.
I'll do it. Hello.
Okay, so you weren't a fan, or what prevented you from pushing that button for Funny Man Green?
All right, I like the stuff at the end. The stuff at the end about the dad, that was funny. But the fart jokes, I mean, I got Rich Miller, who is Jimmy Miller's brother, wouldn't handle me because of fart jokes. So I never told a fart joke after 2000. What was it? 2007. I think I went in and I told one fart joke on stage, and he was like, no fart jokes. So we were kind of, I'm old school. I started in '87. We couldn't do fart jokes. So if I can't do them, you can't do them.
I love it. Okay. Abigail, camera on. What prevented you from pushing that button for Funny Man Green?
Once upon a time, my oldest son got an opportunity to go on stage with me. And the promoter said, okay, what do you got, kid? And my son said, I can do fart jokes. And I didn't even let the promoter say anything. I said, son, sit down. It ain't happening. We're not doing it. So my daughter went on stage instead and talked about fire ants and my poor youngest son. It's okay now. But and then, I'm a woe man. I put the woe in man. So when you start talking about, the sticky situations that women find themselves in and try to make it funny, I don't see it to be funny.
So you were the one that farted?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You did turn your camera
Fart blossom.
on for Funny Man Green. So what made you turn your screen on for Funny Man Green?
Well, I've heard him many times, so I thought he's good. But I spent my time looking at my underwear. Went downstairs and got my underwear. This is what I wear: New Balance. It's not like a what do you call those?
Oh,
Boxer, but it's also
that's too much.
elastic. It's got a really pretty blue thing too.
All right.
I noticed you have colored underwear so you can hide the skid mark.
What color?
Oh,
that
that gum.
Hey. It's only an hour. It's only 2 hours if we get it done. So, yep. And there's a lot of you. Ben, what got you to turn your screen on for Funny Man Green?
First of all, I liked his approach to bad hygiene. I mean, we've all been around people, whose breath is so bad they could take out a city in one blow. It's you're begging God to strike them with lightning and hit them with rain just so they get a shower. It's like I really
was funny.
I resonated with all of that. So yeah, that was what did it for me.
Right on. Randy Holton, what got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
It was a little bumpy in the beginning for sure. The stuttering bug is coming back. Watch out. But the $15 that he wants to borrow and he still owes him $1 million, that was pretty good.
Right on. Jay Risk, what got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
I thought he was nice. He was very, very, very pleasing, like approachable, and his view on farts is pretty good. And then breath. So between the two, you have both ends, and he covered the spectrum.
I love it. Both ends got you the win. All right. Stephen Douglas, what got you to turn your stream on for Funny Man Green?
Yeah, I like the breath jokes too. I actually know people who got serious bad breath, and it's hard to tell somebody without handing them a urinal cake, saying chew on this for a little bit. I'm a big fan of fart jokes, even though they're taboo in the comedy world. I like them, so I thought he was great.
Right on. Well, you guys, that was really, really, really funny stuff, even the fart jokes. So Funny Man Green, let everybody tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond know where they can find you if they want some more fart jokes.
You can find me on Facebook. Facebook is just David Green. Most likely you won't find me around anybody funky.
And that's a fact, people. He's been to Vegas a few times. All right. Well, that was a riveting round of trivia. Thank you guys so much for that. We're going to hop on to the next segment, which is one of our favorites. It's the 3-minute sit the fuck down chair interview, which are dynamic and funny interviews from our funny friends. And because my comedic co-host hasn't had a chance to say anything except for play along with the games and spaz out because we have one of his heroes in the house, I am going to allow him to be the interviewer of the night, and I am going to allow him to interview his idol. I think it is only fair. What do you think, Joey?
I fainted. Yes, please.
Okay, so welcome to the stream, the two of you, Joey Lee and Mark Kidwalk. I'm gonna get it right, Mark Kidwalk Britton. And in this dynamic interview, I'm going to lead you off with one question, and then Joey is going to take 3 minutes to get some of the ins and outs of you. Are you ready for your starter question?
Let's do it.
All right. So first up, this is one of the memes that comes across my page all the time, and whenever I see it, it reminds me of comedy, and it says hustlers don't hear the word no. It translates to let me figure this shit out. So Mark, my question to you is, give me one time where that happened to you, where somebody told you no and it just translated into let me figure it out. And what did you do to figure it out?
It was the time my parents told me not to quit college to go into stand-up comedy. And I ended up doing it. And I thought I worked out pretty well for me.
Well, there you go, parents. Maybe parents just don't understand. So I can totally see how that went. And thank God you went into comedy, because now we have you. All right, Joey, you have 3 minutes to sit him the fuck down. Let's go.
Please sit down. I'm not going to say that naughty word because Mr. Clean is here to listen to our interview.
Joey.
Oh, thank you. You wrote that on the hat here. Right on the bill. Well, you can't see it.
I'm
Get out of
humbled
the
and
way,
honored.
Mr. Clean. Okay. Here's my question. I've read your bio. You gave a brief bit, but you've done so many things. You've done drive-by shows, or not drive-by, drive time shows, a couple of places, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned Las Vegas and other places. You do voice characters, you do stand-up. When I came to Vegas, I just thought, comedy was stand up behind a microphone, that's it. But one of the things I really was inspired was you do a lot of things. And so comedy is much broader than just standing behind a mic. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, well, I do a variety style act because I do a lot of voices. And if you'll notice, everybody chased Carrot Top out of the business. All the comics got together and started humiliating everybody else who did prop comedy so much. They chased every prop comic out of the business, just like so today, I think if somebody started doing prop comedy, they would be big in it. And they did the same thing to people who did variety. Any type of variety stuff, they'd always go, oh, that's hack. That's hack. Well, I started when I was 17, and I have no embarrassment button. I mean, I quit college, University of Texas. I was 2.5 years in. I went ahead and quit, and I went on the road, opened for Drew Carey. I loved it. I was addicted, would go places all the time. But I mean, as far as doing, there's not very many people who do variety comedy. Ari Spears does it. Pablo Francisco, who I've got into stand-up comedy. I started him, and we were roommates in '94. But the type of variety comedy that I do, all the headliners would always say, "Oh, it's hard to follow you because you have that shiny. Hey, look at this shiny object stuff." And I never fell for it. I went ahead and stood my ground and thought that, hey, I can be funny with voices. So that's how that was.
I agree with you. I think, there's that, because of the meeting you and hearing your history and things, inspired me to like, hey, I'm doing a character. Not too many people are doing characters these days. So
yes,
I'm trying to be
characters are
unique
good.
and different. And I know it's a smaller lane, but it's a lonely lane.
Well, a lot of people just want you to stand up there with that microphone and just speak words. And I'm like, there's several genres of comedy. There are character comedy like Judy Tenuta, Bobcat Goldthwait. There's all types of comedy. And I encourage funny is funny on the stage. Even fart jokes. I do some fart jokes myself. I have some that I do sometimes during open mic, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Now that they've opened it up, it's a different scene now.
Yeah, I think, one of the things that we share in mind is I'm kind of a big fan of the Barnum and Bailey type circus, where comedy doesn't have to be just a narrow thing, but like you said, a variety show, whatever can make people laugh. Almost like when we're going back to vaudeville days, where there's a variety of things going on.
Yes, I love it. I like variety comedy. That was my thing.
Well, also, you saw me on stage. Be honest. Tell the viewers what you saw when you hosted the show. Do you remember anything about that?
I remember Joey. I remember. You're very likable. you have a very likableness about you.
Thank you. You know,
Now I'm going to ask you something. Are you on the spectrum?
on the spectrum,
Yeah,
like
like the autistic
Spectrum
spectrum,
TV. You mean
like
the
autism spectrum. I didn't know. I'm just curious.
I don't think so.
Okay,
What do you think?
I didn't know. I was just asking. I encounter a lot of people with autism at shows, so I notice speech patterns, ways people communicate, ways people and stuff like that. So I just asked. I think I'm half a vaccine away from being fully autistic myself.
Well, I have to
I just
say,
blurt
being
stuff.
raised by an Italians people, and they never told me in college when I was getting my 2 engineering degrees that I had autism.
Oh, I know. I mean, you're very smart. I know, dude. I mean, when we talked, and I'm impressed with your stuff. You had that whole comment about the working with Honda and all of that stuff. I mean,
Oh
hey,
yeah, you looked at that. Thank you.
I think Elon Musk is autistic as well. Let's face it, he's on the spectrum.
Yeah, it used to be we were all just normal. Now we got to be
Yeah.
on somebody's
I didn't
spectrum or scale.
I
Or...
just thought I'd ask.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. I'm humbled and honored.
I am double that.
Oh my gosh, you guys are too funny. Well, that was this segment of the 3-minute sit the fuck down chair interview, which are, as you can tell and see, dynamic and funny interviews from our funny friends. And I want to thank Mark Kidwalk Britton for being such a good sport. And I want to thank my co-VR host, Joey Lee, for giving us such a great interview. The things that you find out about people in 3 minutes, I wouldn't have even known. So now it's time for us to jump off into our next game. And this is one of our all-time favorites and is a classic here at Sauce in the City. And this is called Sell That Skew, where we will give our comedic contestants a chance to earn points once again by giving them an item and allowing them 60 seconds on the clock to turn into the best salesmen and women that we possibly can have, and they will earn 1 point for every sale they can make, and they will earn 5 bonus points if they can sell out, meaning everybody in the cast buys their item. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Yes.
righty
I'm sorry,
then.
I'm still like my head's this big.
Okay, so while your head unshrinks,
I love it, Joe.
let's keep it pushing in the show. And let's see, David Green, how many points do you have?
I think I don't know.
He's got 11. Oh, 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay, you got 16. And how many points does Abigail have?
12.
She has 12.
All right, Abigail, since you're trailing, you get to decide who goes first, you or Funny Man Green.
May I please go first?
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to give you your item and 60 seconds on the clock. And here we go. Can you see it yet? The Know-It-All Extra Strength. We found these while we were surfing on Google. 60 seconds on the clock. Rest of the cast, sell.
That
This evening, we have got breaking news. Have you heard of the new Know-It-All? It is the greatest, most amazing new medicine. It gives you knowledge. It gives you confidence. It gives you all the things that you have been looking for. Have you heard of Know-It-All? Know-It-All has only a few side effects. Potty breaks are an issue. You might talk to your mother in tongues. Try not to pet the dog too much. You might become too friendly. But Know It All today will get you a degree and a half. So today I want to see everybody on the boards calling in. Let's see what we can do with the Know It All medicine.
Okay. Just a little bit under, but still very, very good. All right. So next up, we have Funny Man Green to the screen. Are you ready for your item?
Sure. Oh shoot, did I freeze?
I don't
No, you're
know. You look in a comfortable position.
I think it froze.
You want those know-it-alls? That's what I need, so I can figure out why I'm froze.
Why don't you let Mark
Well,
sell a...
here's your item because we can still hear you. We have the bald man's brush and the bald man's comb.
Wow.
60 seconds on the clock. Rest of the cast.
So that's you.
Okay, so if you can see in the picture, you know what I mean, I'm best fit for selling this. Yeah, I've been having problems with baldness since I was like 26 or whatever. I believe that, you know what I mean, you should purchase this this comb this comb with no teeth. You know what I mean, it's you can pretend like they're imaginary teeth or something like that, and it'll give you confidence, you know, just like you can pretend like you actually got hair. You know what I mean? The imaginary teeth comb will go with your imaginary hair. So you know what I mean? So you can sit in the mirror and everything, you know, and you know what I mean, your confidence is built up and everything, because like I said, I've been experiencing this problem since I was like 26. You know what I mean? I don't know what the hell happened. I just looked in the mirror and I seen my hair would pick a sign saying, "Hell no, we won't grow." So so you know what I mean? If you have the problem like me, if you have the problem like me, you would purchase this or whatever like that. No, so you could just, you know what I mean, just imaginary comb your mess.
Ty. All right. Well, while Funny Man Green goes out and comes back in to get his screen together, we're going to see if we can get them some sales in the studio. All right. One by one, you guys will have to decide which item you would like to buy, starting with Joey. You have enough sauce in the city dollars to purchase one of these items, either the know-it-all or the bald man's hair or comb and brush set. Which one will it be and why?
Well, Funny Man Green, he was going in the right direction, but then he started going in like a kind of circle. I would have went like right through to George Washington's teeth. You know, we just talked about teeth, and then go to his hair, which is long, and then back to being bald again, and that's what I would have done. That's where I saw the stars, the bear, the bear in the sky. Ooh,
Okay, so
you
which
don't know what I'm
item would you
talking about.
purchase?
So I would say know it all. Know it all.
Okay, long way around it, but we finally got there. How about you, Ben? Which one of these items are you purchasing and why?
Oh, let's see. I think I would go for the bald man's comb, and not because I'm bald, because it'd be the only thing I could get through this rat's nest of a hairdo. I think he did a good job of trying to sell it, you know. Hell no, we won't grow. See, that catch line caught me, and I had to jump in and you know,
And purchase it.
and
Okay.
purchase it.
So one for the bald man's brush and comb, and one for the know-it-all. All right, Randy Holton, which item are you purchasing and why?
Well, actually, I already know it all. But if I take that medicine, I'm gonna know everything. No,
So- Another one for Know It All, 2 for Know It All, and 1 for the Bald Man's Hair kit. How about you, Jay Risk? Which one are you purchasing? You only have enough sauce in the city dollars to purchase one.
Hands down, the know-it-all, because one of the side effects is petting puppies. Now, if I get to know everything and pet puppies, what else is left? Know it all. You will know it all, and it'll be good.
I don't think anything else is left. It seems like the Know It All is climbing up. We have 3 for the Know It All and 1 for, wait a minute. No, we have 2 for the Know It All and 2 for the Bald Man's Hair and Brush kit. All right. How about you, Stephen Douglas? Which one are you going to purchase and why?
Well, I'm going to go with the bald comb and brush because not only will it work for me, I'm the perfect client.
Nailed it.
All right. Well, we got 3 for the comb and brush set and 2 for the Know It All. All right. I'm trying to keep up. Mark, Kid Work, Britain, Kid Walk. Is it Kid Walk? Kid Walk, like Kid Rock. Okay.
Like a
Mark,
walk, like a cooking walk. It's an Asian
okay.
thing, like a walk.
Like an Asian thing. Okay. So Mark, Kid Walk, Britain, you only have enough sauce in the city dollars to purchase one of these awesome items. Which one will it be and why?
Okay, I don't like the side effect of frequent trips to the bathroom. I didn't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bald Man's Comb. I've always wanted to just do this, you know, and the fact that it just has 2 teeth, I can just like act like the Fonz, you know, and do that. And the other one can double as like a paddle. You've been a bad girl. You've been, you know what I mean? Because it was just flat. You notice that? I'm looking at it. I'm staring at it going, I think I want that.
Preach.
Okay, right on. I love it. All right, so we got, I believe that's 3 and 3. I'm trying to keep up with the count. So
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Right.
Let's see. We had Joey vote for the Know It All. We had Ben vote for the brush or the Bald Man's Hair kit. We had Randy vote for the Bald Man's Hair kit. Okay, no, Randy voted for the Know It All. So that's 2-1. And then we have Jay Risk over here who voted for the
comb.
The comb, the hair and comb set. So that's 3. Then we had Stephen Douglas. He voted for the hair and comb kit. So that's 4 and 2. So you guys are right there. And then Mark, you voted for the hair and comb kit. So that's 4-2. Okay, so you guys are right. Okay, so I think the winner is the hair and comb, the Bald Man's Hair and Comb kit, sold by Funny Man Green. Go ahead and shout out to the Academy for your 4 more points, and make sure you keep up with your points because obviously I can't. So shout out to the Academy for the win.
Shout out, Academy. At first I was thinking, I was like, I might not have a chance because I see a lot of people with hair. But then I seen, you know, I mean, Mark and different ones, and of course, you know, I mean, Joey is a big fan of Mark. So even though Joey got hair, he's gonna follow Mark. Matter of fact, I think he busted a nut in the beginning of the show when he heard Mark's name. So thank you everybody who voted for, you know, I mean, the Bald Man kit or whatever it is.
You guys,
I'm crying.
So good. Okay, so how many points does he have, Joey? Unmute your mic and your voice will follow.
He's smoking a cigarette.
Unmute your mic, Joey.
Unmute your mic.
There you go.
Okay, he's got 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 5 is 16 plus 4 is 20.
20.
Yay, 20 points. And sorry, Abigail, you get no points.
At
But
all.
I
we
did that in
did
my
get
head. It's called
we
math.
did get an extra point in the studio because now Malfunction Junction is here. You can participate because I think we've done everything before you got here. So Abigail, how many points do you have?
I thought I had 14, but I don't have 14. I have 12.
No, you have
Nope.
14. 14.
I got 14.
14. All right, 14 to 20, but Abigail, you still have a chance to catch up because you still have a trivia question to go. But we are going to jump to our next segment, which is hi Tony. We love seeing you. Welcome. My 2 cents. Boy, we got a full studio and somebody just dropped out. So hopefully we keep counting on our fingers. My 2 cents. This is where I ask our comedic cast a question that's come across my social media page that has me in a conundrum of what to do because I could be on either side of the question. And today's question was really kind of a cute one because in comedy, they say that you should learn the business of comedy, and that is very important. So I'm glad we have a few veterans in our cast today because this will be an interesting conversation. Are you a businessman or woman in comedy? Meaning you do one form of comedy, stand up. You go out, you do stand up, and you charge for the stand up. Or are you an entrepreneur in comedy? Meaning you have your hand in everything. You are a stand-up comedian, you are an online comedian, you will do comedy wherever they will allow you to do comedy. So that is the difference. So let's ask our cast. What do you think, Joey? Are you a businessman of comedy or are you an entrepreneur in comedy?
Well, I would say I'm an entrepreneur because number one, by the way, Italians and Chinese, if you want, you can ask Mark, you can ask Lily, all love watermelon. So I think watermelon gets a bad rap. You know, everybody loves watermelon. Anyways, I gotten off track, but I think I'm an entrepreneur because I think like Mark, there's a variety of things you can do, not just one, and you got to be creative to sell it in a way that people can see it and not just, oh, here's a stack full of watermelon. Well, what do you do with it? Can you eat it? Do you cut in 4 pieces? What? So
definitely,
I'd be on the right side, which looks like on the left side, but
entrepreneur it is. What about you, Ben? Are you an entrepreneur in comedy or are you a businessman in comedy?
That's a good question. First of all, I want to say about the watermelon. If you don't know what to do with it, a good thing is to cut a little hole in the top there, take a bottle of vodka, stick it in, let the vodka soak into the watermelon, and you got yourself quite a picnic. But I would say I'm an entrepreneur. I'd say to me, comedy it's kind of something you find in everything. So it's too restricting to just do one of a kind. You got to try write, do comedy sketches, things like that. So
okay. So you are more of a variety guy, which I'm very happy about because that means you will try anything, and those are our kind of people. So welcome aboard the entrepreneur train.
You.
Randy Holton, what say you?
Well, I think if you don't have a manager, you're the head cook, bottle washer, and trash taker, all their bus tables, and and you cook too, and then you clean too, and you do everything. You got advertise, book, do your cards, do your photographs. Entrepreneur, just do everything, whatever it takes.
Okay.
Crawl through the mud if you have to.
All right, Jay Risk, what say you? Are you an entrepreneur that likes to try everything, or are you a businessman that has your one good SKU and that's what you sell?
I'm I'm an entrepreneur. I produce, I write, I've done television, radio, live theater. I try to write for different mediums also, so I'm definitely an entrepreneur.
Oh, I love it. And you definitely have a laundry list of things that you do, so you qualify. Welcome to the group. How about you, Stephen? Are you stand up only, or a stand up only businessman of comedy, or are you an entrepreneur and you just let the creative fly?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm gonna let the creative fly, and wherever I can get stage time, I'm gonna do it. Whether it's on stage or on, online. Like to be able to get out there and try to get some material out there. Sometimes it's hard to find a location, but I give it my best when I can.
I love the answer. What about you, Funny Man Green? Are you an entrepreneur in comedy, or are you a businessman of comedy?
I don't know, but Joey said something about the watermelon getting a bad rap. What about that black person that's selling the watermelon? Black people are getting more bad raps and stuff. And he said the Italians and everything are liking watermelon and stuff. Or no, he said they do like the watermelon, which they probably do, but they don't like a lot of black people. But um, I'm gonna say entrepreneur. I'm gonna say entrepreneur because I do it all. But to telling jokes, writing jokes, to traveling and online or whatever. So I'll say entrepreneur.
I definitely love it. We got a bunch of entrepreneurs in the house. Welcome to the Screen Malfunction Junction. Tell us, are you an entrepreneur of comedy, or are you a businessman of comedy?
Well, I mean, I'm just really a man of comedy. I don't change. I don't understand the business side of things with comedy itself. I've never really been paid a lot to do it. As far as an entrepreneur would go, I guess to do whatever other kind of comedy there is out there. I mean, it's just my comedy is life basically, and I'm alive in it. So if you want to call that an entrepreneur, cool. If not, okay. But I'm just here. You know what I mean? I am the same person on stage as I am off stage. I don't change. This is not a character. I'm really this guy in real life, and sometimes it scares the fuck out of me.
Well, welcome to the fun. How about you, Mark? Are you an entrepreneur of comedy or a businessman of comedy?
Well, I started off when I quit college. I started off as a businessman of comedy, and that was the only thing I wanted to do. I didn't want to have a sitcom or anything else like that. And then I became an entrepreneur later on when I had a morning radio show. I ended up doing voices for anime and whatever else it takes me. I guess at first I saw comedy as the only thing, but now I see comedy as an end to a means. Means to an end.
Amen.
A means to an end. I love it. Well, you can't keep mentioning that you're a voice of anime without giving us a sample of a voice of anime. So because I'm the producer of this show, I'm going to give you 60 seconds to dazzle us and give us a sample of all the greatness that you put out through the world of anime. And
oh my God. Okay, so I did 7 voices on the cartoon Dragon Ball Z. I did the voice of the cat who had the senzu beans. He talked like this. If I used to go downstairs, we'd smoke cigarettes in the parking lot before I'd come up and do this voice. So these kids were watching some cigarette smoking cat. Anyway, I was doing the Ox King who sounded like this on the VHS. Then on the DVD, they made him a little more dumbed up, so he sounded more dumb up. I was Berger, fastest in the Dragon Ball Z universe. I was part of the Ginyu Force. Nobody was faster than Berger. He was a snake, and that was the first voice they gave me to master. They actually gave that as a voice match. That's what I do the best, is I match voices. So they gave me a VHS tape. I went home, and I mastered it within 4 days, came back, and they hired me. And most of my voices are amalgamations of impressions Like there was a mushroom character that I did called the alien announcer who sounded like this whenever I first did him. And I was like, I want the announcer to sound like this. And he said, can you be a little more gruff with it? I said, gruff like how? Like a little more Samuel L. Jackson? And he said, yeah, add some Samuel Jackson to it. So now the voice sounded like this. It had a little bit more gruffness to it. So that's how I did my voices. A lot of people will challenge me at different voices, and I get them down. I get them down within a week. I didn't have this voice down, but somebody challenged me, and I tried it, and a lot of people say it's pretty good. So,
Oh God!
Thank you so much for that. Oh, I love producing my own show.
You're welcome.
Y'all give it up for Mark and his voices.
Thank you. Humbled and honored. Thank you.
All right, Abigail, are you an entrepreneur or are you a businesswoman of color?
I am absolutely an entrepreneur. I'm an old gal that's trying to make it in this world. I'm located on the Gig Salad. I'm also known as an Uber driver that if you hire me, I will come to your party. I get on stage. Oh, it was beautiful. One person said, honey, will you come to my house for $100? I was like, sure, why not? They hired me for the evening. And then when they got me inside, they were like, how did you know we weren't ex-murderers? And I was like, I'm sorry. I played rugby. I take y'all out. Let's go. They went, you're in. We're cool. So, and going back with the voices, honey, I've been doing that my whole life. I got me a dolly. I'm from Kentucky, baby. We can come ride with Jesus. I've also got the John Wayne going. You know, come on over. Because somehow a female should do that. I'm a dog trainer, so occasionally you got to get the men to be more manly, and you bring John Wayne into it. But the Trump just now, God bless it. I love you. You got the orange man down.
Thank you. They're eating the dogs.
Right in with the dogs. We're getting the dogs into the play right now.
I love
brought
it when
the
women do
orange
voices.
today.
I love
I
women.
definitely think with you guys' opinions, I think I definitely fall to the entrepreneur side. I'm always thinking up some kind of crazy thing to get into, but I'm always so happy to share it with my friends. I think doing the same thing over and over and over again is like insanity, but to those who do it, shout out to y'all in comedy. I love it. This has been this segment of My 2 Cents, where we ask our cast the crazy questions that come across our social media so we can get some kind of clarity on it. All right, jumping off into our next trivia question. This is a You Say Trivia, an interactive comedy trivia game. And next up to ask her trivia question is Abigail. And so, all right, Abigail, give us your question and 3 viable answers, and let's see if we can figure it out.
I need y'all to come to Jesus this evening. I really, really thought long and hard on this one. What is the national animal of Scotland? Is it A, Irish wolfhound, B, unicorn, or C, sheep? Lock in your answers.
Oh my God, that's a great one. And I think I got most of it. She said the national animal of Scotland. And is it A? Give us the answers again, Abigail.
It is the Irish wolfhound is A, unicorn B, or sheep's C.
All right, you guys heard the answers. 30 seconds on the clock to discuss. Please allow everybody to say something. Don't just keep screaming out your answer. And talk amongst yourselves. 30 seconds on the clock and go.
I believe it may be a unicorn.
I'm thinking it's a trick question.
Irish wolfhound is Irish, not Scottish.
Right.
That's a good
we all know what they do with the ewes. I
Thank
did
you.
no. It's
A
unicorn.
unicorn,
Well,
a
we'll go with
unicorn is
whatever Mark
also
says finally.
a unicorn is also known as a rhino. So
Oh,
if it's a rhino on it, then I don't know.
I think it's a trick question. I think she
I
kind
Is
of
think
there
tricked
it's
it.
trick.
I
are
think the
there any
unicorn is like,
rhinos in Scotland? Are there any
I'm
rhinos
all
in
about
Scotland?
playing dumbass. I'll go with whatever y'all say, but I'm quite certain it's unicorn, and we see how that plays out sometimes when I'm certain about
I'm
things. And
C 100%.
yeah, okay.
They don't
I don't think
exist.
it's sheep. I don't think it's sheep. I think that was a fish hook.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go
10
with whatever
seconds
Mark
on the
says.
clock.
Let's
I'll
do
just
the
follow
let's
the
do the
crowd on this one.
Unicorn.
Well, I'm gonna lock in on B. Y'all do whatever you want.
Okay.
That's unicorn B.
Okay, what'd you pick,
All
Mark?
right, so B it is.
I
Let's do it.
protest for sheep, but I'll go with
What
the
is-
crowd.
I got a
Unicorn.
funny feeling about your sheep.
Yeah, I'll go with the crowd too. I'll be a team player.
Oh, it didn't take much to get you in the van.
All right. Well, Abigail, they said C for unicorn. And tell us the correct answer and give us a little background.
I want y'all to brace yourselves. I actually had an Irish Wolfhound. He actually died on St. Patty's Day. He was an Irish Hound mix, so it was rough. It was very rough. But sheeps, I mean, come on. There's all kinds of stories about sheeps, but what really drew me to this question was unicorns. I married a unicorn. I don't know if you know what that is. That is a man that had no kids at a later stage in life. So, and then I had a child with him. So now he's no longer a unicorn, but unicorn is the answer. I'm so sorry. Did y'all want to know my life story? Because I'm here for you anytime.
Well,
See what happens.
Let's
Abigail
go.
gave us a little part of your life, Abigail,
Well,
and
they
it
used to
seems
call
that
that
the cast.
old guys with
Hey,
bunnies.
can I talk?
Is that the real
Sorry.
answer? Is really a unicorn?
Yep.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
really the answer. Yeah,
Oh
unicorn.
my God.
That means
Oh.
the cast got the answer correct.
So I don't even know if does that do anything for me?
Yes, no, because
No.
you're gonna lose anyway. There was not enough points left, so you're gonna. David Green actually is the winner, but I let you ask your question anyway because now you are at the mercy of your cast, where they are going to decide whether you're going to do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else. Everybody else, cameras on, 30 seconds on the clock. Let the conversations begin. Will she do 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else? And if it's something else, what will the something else be? And go.
Something else.
Comedy. Comedy.
What you should do though.
I think I'd like to hear her talk about Jesus.
I wanted to justify Judas's existence.
There you go.
Okay, Mark, what do you think?
Maybe
I'd
we
vote
could
for
see if
you.
her dog knows any tricks.
Ooh, I
See if
like
she
that.
can
gotta
get her
walk
dog
up-
to do the basics. Sit down
She
and lay
gotta
down.
run around like a unicorn. She gotta-
It's got to sing and
I
dance.
told you what the trick. I told you what the trick question though.
Dance and sing.
I told you the answer. What the hell?
All right, maybe we have her sing
Okay,
a song.
Mark, what's our
3-minute
decision?
song. A
Sing,
3-minute song.
sing.
Yeah. No, sing a song. She's gonna be
Comedy.
upset.
There was
Comedy.
long. There was
Comedy,
Oh,
comedy,
three
comedy.
We like to
alligators
see
and
comedy.
long
That's how we
necks.
judge
Sing a
that.
song
Okay.
about
Yeah,
Judas.
comedy.
10 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be
Comedy.
comedy. We like to see comedy. We like to see how they
Comedy.
do to a quiet crowd, to just a crowd, because we watch different. We they examine the jokes. So sometimes we don't laugh, but we think it's very funny, right? So I think the comedy's the best pressure thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Comedy's good.
Yeah,
I'm locked in on all of it.
Let's do it.
let's see.
Yeah, comedy.
judge that.
Perfect. Sounds like you're going to be doing 3 minutes of comedy, Abigail. So 3 minutes on the clock. It does not have to be jokes, but God, let it be funny. Let's go.
I love you guys so much. One of the fun things about growing up in the parochial area of Owensboro, everybody was Catholic. And of course, everybody thought I had a third eye because I was Episcopalian. No, well, I'm not alien. But what I love about being Episcopalian was I was a camp counselor. And I loved Saturday night because we would get into the communion wine. I don't know if y'all ever did that, but we had to get the level up. So before the end of the night of getting into the wine, we'd put Dr. Pepper in there, Pepsi, Coke, whatever would get the level where it needed to be. It was always fun the next day when the bishop, apparently I might be going to hell, when the bishop, he would be blessing that wine and bringing us all to Jesus. And then he would take a little swig and go, why is the wine here always turning? I don't get it. I don't understand why it's always turning. Well, we never really told him the truth, but hey, we like that port wine. No, we're not going to hell, everybody. Come right with Jesus, okay? My sister's a chaplain, all right? Now, I brought it past the big man. I don't know if you know this, but my husband is a music teacher, and I probably shouldn't have started this story this way, but here we go. He's a jazz clarinetist, and what I love about teasing him is those jazz hands. Every time he says, I'm a jazz clarinetist, I'm like, oh, jazz hands. You're coming, right? We're getting here. All right. Come on to Jesus. So one of the cool things about his clarinet was when he was younger, he decided to nickname it. I cannot believe I married a man that nicknamed his clarinet Chuck. My husband blows Chuck every single day.
Please.
I don't know if y'all have been well versed in them Benwall balls. You know, it's for that cooter kitten of yours. Bringing it to Jesus. I don't know if anybody's been to Florida, but we like to go to the Publix.
Kegels?
Yes. Bring it to Jesus, baby. Bring it to Jesus. So we sometimes we go to the grocery store. And at the grocery store, have y'all ever dropped one in Big Bad Boys? It's really funny to see them old ladies just playing soccer in the middle of Publix with them Benwall balls. No, we're not getting into the Benwall balls. Okay. But what I really want to do with my Benwall balls is I'd like to fashion them with those nut sacks they put on the back of them big old pickup trucks. I just want my little Benwalls on the bottom of my hot hatch, because sometimes I want to be a part of the family, but part of the people. You're not coming with Jesus. Okay. Well, all right, there we go.
Y'all give it up for Abigail Comedy. Very funny stuff. And so we are going to play this intermittent game, which is a game inside a game. If you like what Abigail did, turn your cameras on. And if she didn't make you laugh, turn your cameras off and we'll talk about it later. At the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How do you think you did, Abigail?
I pray that those Benwall balls did something for us. But I think blowing Chuck really got us going in this experience.
Okay, let's check it out.
Oh, come on. Blowing Chuck. I mean, you got to come right.
You got 4 and 4 though. So 4 on, 4 off. So let's get some commentary starting with Joey Lee. What got you to turn that camera on for Abigail?
Well, this is the third time I've heard her. And the first 2 times, whenever no one laughed, she'd kind of like acknowledge that. Like, oh, you didn't laugh. And then it seemed like it drug out more and you didn't go speedily through. This time you just, anyhow, boom, 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 boom. It was much better than in the past. So just keep working on it. And by the way, are these Benoit balls? Isn't this what Larry Fishburne rotated
Why
his
you bringing
hands?
why
No.
you bringing them out? Those have like sounds. I'm talking about the real thing here.
Well, this is
No.
what Lily gave me, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them.
No, they're not.
What do you think? What made you turn your camera on for Abigail?
Well, she definitely started off a little slow, but blowing Chuck's it's like stuck like Chuck and Ben wall balls. Poor Ben lost his balls. That helped bring
I
it
think
on.
I hear some new material. All right, Jay, what got you to turn your camera on for Abigail?
It's a couple things. The Chuck thing was good,
Hey.
but my favorite part about this
Gotta eat
is
something.
she was talking about come to Jesus, and then the next words out of her mouth were talking about having some balls hanging from her snatch.
I love it. Great
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
He's crying.
what got
I
you
love it.
to turn your camera
I too enjoyed the going from the clean Christian stuff to the Benoit balls. I think you should have opened with the blowing Chuck. I think you should
Oh,
have.
okay.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
opener.
Good note. Good note. Yeah.
That's a good one.
note.
Okay, well, now we get to go to the opposite side of the screen. All right, Ben, screen on. What prevented you from touching that button for Abigail?
Well, I thought the ideas were good, but the execution, like for example, the communion wine. There are so many directions you could have gone with communion wine. Having grown up in religion myself, so I guess I just I enjoyed it very much, but not enough to turn my camera on.
Oh, bummer.
Okay. Well, a vote
Okay.
is a vote, and we appreciate the honesty. Stephen Douglas, camera on. What prevented you from touching that button?
Well, I tried to get all the way down as dumb as I could get to get some laughs out of that, and I just couldn't find them there. I'm so sorry. Thank God Jesus tried to bring me there. I just couldn't find my way. I'm so sorry.
I'm feeling the love anyways.
Well, that's another good point. Funny Man Green, camera on. What prevented you from touching that button?
Well, I'll tell you what, I swear it had nothing to do with her not turning the camera on for me. That was not the reason. That was not that even entered my head. I was not even I'm not even that petty type of guy.
But I turned it on for you so much.
That was hilarious.
Oh my God.
On. What prevented you from turning on your stream?
Well, the blowing Chuck thing was really good. I blow my harmonica for compliments all the time, and the whole the Kegels thing was nice, but the coming on to Jesus is what kind of got me a lot. It's like I already know he watches all the time anyway, and I masturbate a lot. I don't need to be reminded. And that just killed everything. The whole coming on this stuff.
Well, honey,
it's like I will never touch myself again.
Oh God,
you don't have to touch yourself while you're listening, honey, baby. It's all right.
No, I can't do it.
Jesus will forgive you. It's all right.
I don't want to be forgiven. I don't want to hear your voice in my head with that.
We have come. We are going to do our last trivia question here. And this one, I'm just going to bat it over to Jay Risk because he seems to be on the front end of knowledge every question. So I am curious to hear the question that he has curated for us tonight. So Jay, let her rip. What is your trivia question?
Okay, real quick before that, I have two choices. Do you want to talk about space or do you want to talk about cooking for the question?
It's only a 2-hour show and we're at like an hour and
50 minutes,
so you'll make the decision.
Here we go. We'll go with space. You're in your space capsule headed for Earth. You just saved your other two crewmates from a deadly virus. You undocked from the space station and headed down to Earth. On the way down, both of your friends died. At what angle do you have to come in and enter the atmosphere without burning up or skipping off into space? Is it A, 35 to 33 degrees? Is it B, 45 to 47 degrees? C, 9.1 to 12.3 degrees? Or D, 5.3 to 7.7 degrees?
There's only three. Only three.
They only give 3 choices.
Oh, sorry. Then 45 to 47, 9.1 to 12.3, or 5.3 to 7.7 degrees.
Okay, y'all, my mind didn't even wrap around that whole situation, so I'm going to have him repeat that question and
you know
the
what? I'll go
answers
with the chicken.
one
I'll go with
more
the chicken.
time. No, we already have the question, so repeat
Okay.
it one more time and give us the 3 answers.
You're entering the Earth's atmosphere. If it's too shallow, you're going to skip off into space. If you come in with the wrong angle, you're going to burn up. So what is the degree angle of coming into the Earth's atmosphere so that you do not burn up? Is it 45 to 47 degrees? Is it 9.1 to 12.3 degrees? Or is it 5.3 to 7.7 degrees?
Okay, so I hope you guys all wrote those down, and 30 seconds on the clock to discuss. Let the conversations begin.
45 degrees.
45.
Artistically speaking, I want to go with the smallest measurement.
I think I want to go with the middle one. You can't skip off. Remember, he said you'll skip off, and then the other one will go to. But every picture that I see when they show it landing, right, has it at 45, and there's
45.
higher.
Yeah, I agree.
45 degrees.
There's
Can
the
I borrow a calculator, please?
No, it's 45
They're on your
degrees.
cell
Lucky
phones now.
I have an abacus on my chin. And we don't have time to store
Let's bring it
boobs.
into play. Let's bring it into play.
Bring it into play.
Let's bring it into play, Heidi. Let's do it.
If you hold it upside down, it says boobs. I'm gonna walk it in on the calculator. Go. Calculator. All right.
Well, at least we know it's not 35.
45. Let's go to 45.
45. I'm locking it in.
45.
I'm going with the crowd. 45.
I said C, and I'll die on that hill.
Okay, I heard a lot of dissension around this answer. So, Stephen Douglas, camera on. Go ahead and tell me what the group's answer was, and if you agree or disagree.
Yeah, it's 45 degrees. I mean, it's pretty. If you've ever watched The Landing, they're always coming in at a 45-degree angle.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Jay Risk. They said 45-degree angle. Give us the answer and a little background.
Okay. Since Elon Musk and this whole thing's going on, I decided that we do a space question. The background is space. You don't want to burn up. You don't want to. So, even though it looks like a 45, they're actually coming in on a 5.3 to 7.7 degrees, and you can Google that.
Let's not listen to the man that has autistic nature. Fuck that. No, not that guy.
No.
I wrote it word for word from NASA and the Google.
Should listen.
Okay. Well,
5 degrees
everybody,
is like this.
everybody,
Yeah.
cameras on.
Yeah.
And you guys obviously got it incorrect. So
Well, I got
that
it correct.
means, Jay Risk, you are in control of your own future here. Will you be performing 3 minutes of comedy or 3 minutes of something else? But beware, this something else is always chosen by the cast.
I'll go with a little bit of comedy here.
Good man.
I'll go with comedy.
All right. Hopefully, Your camera can keep up. You keep freezing just a little bit, but there you are. You're back. So 3 minutes are on the clock, and let the funny begin.
All right. Before I start, I just want to dedicate this to my father. It was his birthday, and he just died. He was going to spend a week with me, and I was going to get him some presents. But now I got to double my money and get one big box to wrap him up in.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
A little bit. What, that hurt you? A little bit about me. I wasn't circumcised till I was 14 years old. It was the worst Boy Scout badge ever. But it's okay because I got rid of the part that the priest touched me with.
Ay, ay, ay.
Dude, that's good. Mexicans teleport. You don't need a ball. Mexicans teleport. Mexicans teleport, and walk-in fridges and kitchens are their Stargate. Yeah. How many times have you? Yeah, think about it. Have you ever seen a Mexican walk into a restaurant and apply for a job? No. What else? I used to get beat up in school because of my heart problem. And I go to the beach and people would make fun of me and they're like, oh, wow, you have scars. You know, is that from something like a heart surgery? I said, no, I lost it. Is it fucking cake? No, that's a little hard. It's so hard to do. All right, so.
How hard?
Wow, it's very hard. I used to get beat up in school a lot, and so my mom wanted me to make friends and not get, beaten up anymore. So she did what every other mother would do to a young boy. She signed me up to do dance school with the ladies. So I did. I took 5 years of tap, jazz, ballet, hip hop, and I forgot my line of that. Well, basically, the picture though. I'm at the pep rally, right? And in school, and you got everybody there doing it, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come to my football game?" And I'm like, "No, because I have a recital." It's like, look, it's like me. I'm a quarterback of this ballet called the Red Shoes, where this cobbler, and I would get beat up.
Yeah.
It's hard to translate over this. On stage, it's a lot. So I love you guys.
Y'all give it up for Jay Risk and the funny that he just produced on our screen.
Oh, right.
And, let's see in the background. If you enjoyed what Jay Risk did, leave your cameras on. And if he didn't make you chuckle a little bit, turn your cameras off, and we'll talk about that later. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, very interesting. All right, Jay. Well, how do you think you did?
50-50.
Oh, okay. Good guess. Let's see what happened. Oh, everybody but one. Okay, well, that's really good. All right, let's get some commentary. Let's start with Mark. Mark, camera on. What prevented you from turning on that button for Jay Risk?
All right, well, I judge for the World Series of Comedy. I've done judged the last 4 years. And one of the things I know is you got to go right directly into it, and you got to know you just got to act like the audience is with you the whole time. So even though we're performing on camera, just go into that bit and put it in autopilot and just keep going. It just didn't seem like you were prepared for your 3. That's all. I mean, you were the one who sentenced yourself to the 3. You sentenced yourself to the 3. So you were your own worst enemy right there. You gave yourself the punishment.
Okay. Well, take that little bit and coming from a World Series of Comedy judge. So yeah, let's give it up for that. That's like big for our show. So take that and work with it. But let's see your other comments. Malfunction Junction. What made you turn the screen on for Jay?
Well, I'm kind of glad that nobody listens to me when I speak and know things, and I'm glad that people assume I'm short bus ready for the wrong reasons. He was able to choose what he wanted to do, and I think he did well with that. His comedy is kind of like mine. I liked it a lot. I was cracking up the entire time. It's a cool thing about judges. That's all like based on opinion anyhow. You seen how the screen was lit up.
Okay. Well, Funny
Right.
Man Green, what made you turn your stream on for Jay?
Once again, it's not because he turned the screen on for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a hypocrite.
I love it, bro. I love it.
I love you. Stephen Douglas, what made you
Oh my
push the button for Jay?
I liked his material. I liked his delivery, and there's a lot of relevance to it as far as being picked on and that kind of stuff. So I thought he did a great job. I hope to hear more of him.
Yay. All right, Abigail. What got you to push that button? And you were one of the ones that did it fairly quickly. So what got you to turn that button on?
Not by what you guys think that, by the way, your delivery was perfect. I love it. I was giggling through the whole thing. I don't know if you could hear me, but the defining factor was the yin yang. I have been a yin yang fan my whole life. When I saw that, all done. I'm in.
Oh, okay. You have a
Um,
fan. All right, Randy. What got you to turn your screen on for Jay Risk?
The oddity of the subjects and answers. I like oddity, so that was very, very good.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit too much pauses in between, but the oddity definitely was. Yeah, I'm kind of an oddball myself. I don't know if you noticed.
Loving it. We do, and we love your oddballness. All right, Ben, what got you to turn that screen on for Jay Risk?
I'm gonna say the subject matter, taking a bad, a troubled growing up life of being bullied and turning it into comedy. I thought that was really funny. I also like the way he recovered from a couple of jokes. I thought that was very good. It was very smooth. So yeah.
Very cool. I love it. I
Love
love
you.
remarks. All right, Joey Lee, last but certainly not least, what got you to push that button for Jay Risk?
Well, I was watching his body language, and sorry, not because of these. Anyways,
Lower.
Spell
Lee
that
said,
Q.
Don't show those anymore. But I was watching your body language, and it seemed like you were coming off as kind of a scatterbrain. So if that wasn't really happening, then I have to go with Mark. But I thought that was kind of part of your your posture as a comedian, or what you're trying to convey. What was it finally?
I love it.
But I like the body
Thank you,
language.
guys.
Well,
Love you
there
guys.
you
Thank you.
have it, and very good job. All right, Jay, if the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond want to hear a little bit more from you, tell them where they can find you.
You can go on your computer. I am at jrisk.net. There was some guy who decided to buy my .com when it was supposed to renew and I didn't have the money for it. So we just bought it, so now he has it. Yeah, so jrisk.net, or you can go to riskpromedia.com.
Ooh, I love it. Well, thank you so much for the funny. You guys are hilarious and a great cast. Great cast. unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show. Boy, when we have a full screen here, it's hard for me to keep up. We have come to the end of the show, unfortunately, but one of the good things that we get to do at the end of the show is we get to program a winner. And actually, the winner for this episode is Funny Man Green. So you guys all give it up to him for his awesome tastic win. And you know what happened at that point? Yeah, let's hear the clap. We don't have you call it sound effects, so we definitely have to do our own stuff around here. So shout out to you, Funny Man Green, for the win. And you know what we do around here? We take our, now how come it didn't do what I wanted it to do? There we go. Shout out to the Academy.
Give a shout out to the Academy, you know what I mean, for giving me the win. Shout out to the Academy for the laughs and stuff, though, because I was in the background cracking up. Especially the way Joey was drooling over Mark.
Was it obvious?
No. I'm there. He was mad at his own answer. He was like, "Well, in a way, I do agree with Mark." I said, "That's not your answer." She said, "Your opinion, not Mark's opinion."
I'm crying over here.
And the way he was talking about, you know what I mean, with the ballet and all, I said, "Oh my!" I said, "Joey is now picturing Mark in a ballet suit and some tutus." But yeah. Shout out to shout out to Brenda for bringing me back. It's been a while, you know what I mean. I got a lot of shout outs. I mean, shout out to Althea. You know what I mean. You do the Morning Max shows. Shout out to the people. You know what I mean. The bookings and the traveling and I mean, life's been great so far.
Oh, well, shout out to you for the win. And you kind of did kind of a both. You shouted out to the Academy for the win, and then you went into your shout outs for the end of the show, which is all good because, we like to wear many hats. But congratulations to you, Funny Man Green. You have won $20 for your 20 points. You receive $1 for every point. So congratulations to you and for the shout out. And I'm so happy to have you back on our stream. We miss you when you're not around. I guess for adding a little color to tonight's show. Anyway, all right, Joey Lee, you are
Dark
next
humor
on the shout out. So 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out. Hi, Lee.
Triple E.
Oh, there she is.
Shout out to your wife.
She does exist. I didn't make her up in my head.
Hi.
Hey.
Shay. That means thank you and you're welcome.
Oh.
But anyhow, I mean,
I thought it was
an
payment.
incredible surprise tonight to have Mark. Yeah, I know a lot of you did really well, but I'm drooling.
Oh my God.
I wiped this off my face. But what a pleasure. Because Mark is not only a talented entertainer, but just as a great man. Thank you, Mark, for coming. Again, I'm sorry I don't have anybody else to shout out to, but I'll be doing shout outs to you for a month. How's that? Every day.
Yeah,
all the time.
There you go.
Well,
thank you, Mark. That's my
you,
shout out.
Joey, for sponsoring this episode. So that's a little surprise for you. Not only is your idol on here, but you actually were the sponsor of this episode to make it happen. So congratulations to you, and thank you so much for supporting the show and keeping us in the air so that we can have important, funny people like Mark on the show. So very cool to you, and that's how it all kind of comes to fruition. All right, Ben, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
I'd like to give a shout out to you, Brenda, for making this possible. This is my first time doing this, and I enjoyed it. I think it's a great opportunity to just let the funny fly every now and again without, all the constraints of, having to be there and get in the car and, things like that. So yeah, I enjoyed doing this, and I'm shout out to you.
Oh, well, thank you. And that was going to come in your bonus questions, because every new comedian that comes across our screen gets the same 3 bonus questions. So are you ready now for yours?
Let's see what we got.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask them so that I can clip them at a later point in time. So number 1, did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Oh, we had a great time with you too, Ben. And I've been after you for a little while to get on this show. And I'm so glad that finally, here we are together. And I knew it would work, so I was right again. Question number 2. Is it anything like the invitation that you were sent?
Well, the invitation said that this would be the third. No, this was a new show. So yeah, it was. It was totally new to me all the way.
Yes, it is a new show on our platform. Our platform has been in existence since November 2019, but we have done every version of a game show that we could think of, and this was just our latest attempt. So I'm so glad that you liked it and that you had a good time. Now, ready for your third question, and this is the most important one.
Okay.
Will you come back and join us for another episode?
Absolutely. All you got to do is ask.
Woo! Y'all give it up for Ben.
Yeah.
The two of us may look no more. Oh, wait.
No, keep going. I'm starting to like it now.
Next up, Randy Holton, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
I would like to shout out to peanut butter, because without peanut butter, there wouldn't be peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And without peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I probably wouldn't be here.
I like it.
Well, shout out to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Definitely a favorite of mine, too. Except for now, I've been trying these peanut butter and Nutella sandwiches, and those are really yummy. So shout out to Nutella because jelly gives me diabetes, so we got to look out for that. But shout out to Randy, and thank you so much for your support, continual support, because without you, this show would not be here a couple of different times. So shout out to you, and continue to come and spread your funny. We love having you and seeing you. And if you weren't here, our feelings would be hurt. Abigail, you are up next. 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
So I would like to thank everybody. Mingus for letting me get on Nevada's radio station, Mofo Entertainment for bringing me to St. Petersburg, Evolving Comedy bringing me South Florida, Emily Fisher for taking a chance, Robin Savage because we enjoy stand up for news, Susie Sunshine because Mofo get it done, okay? And so Stacy Steele because God bless it, that Laugh Lounge is fun. Tom Mayetta because I like a good tomato. And last but not least, Tommy D, you're my hero. Women of Comedy, thank you so much. And I have thoroughly enjoyed being a part of all of this. You guys are awesome and amazing.
Oh, y'all give it up for Abigail. Yeah. That was so done. Well, shout out to your kids, your dog, and your husband for allowing you the time to hang out with us one more time. And shout out to you for making your second episode. Y'all better put y'all hands together. We don't really get repeat offenders. They get offended real easy. So yay, Abigail. And finally, for being my one girl in the Sausage Fest. Yay for women in comedy. Woo! All
We
right.
need more women in comedy.
I'm here. Here.
I'm doing my best. All right, Jay Risk, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
Okay. I just want to say, shouting you out because I was doing what you're doing now, and it is so incredibly difficult to do what you're doing, producing and then host back. Unbelievably hard. You did it very, very well. Thank you for having me on.
Well, yay! I love getting
All
my
right.
flowers while I'm here. Shout out to you, Jay. Thank you for taking a chance and saying yes. And the reason that
Love
I'm
it.
getting better at it because this is 6 years in and I better have learned something. So shout out to my mentor, DJ Marlon Thump, for putting me in that studio and keeping me in that studio until I learned to say, welcome, 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 or welcome, welcome, welcome to Sauce in the City Super Comedy Game Show. So yes, definitely shout out to you and thank you for coming and populating the show. As we do all new comedians that cross our stream, we have your 3 questions for the bonus. Are you ready?
Yes. I think that's a yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need an audible because my eyes are closed. Okay. Anyway. I'm getting ready for our mixtape. We are going to produce a mixtape in January of 2026, a comedy mixtape coming soon to all your streaming platforms. So look out for that. All right, Jay, number 1, did you have a good time?
Did I have what?
Did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a wonderful time. I thank you again. I really can't. I would love this place. Seriously, this is awesome.
Yay, give it up for Jay Risk and his camera. We're going to get it together.
Thank you,
We're going to get it together. All right, Jay, number 2. Because you have been in this and so you kind of know where I'm going with this whole idea, have you ever been a part of a show like it?
Yes and no. There were many attempts at it. I tried my own. I tried others, but you seem to be the only one that literally put 9 people up there?
Yeah.
And then successfully toggled back in between them and then hosted. I can't say that I've been on one that's been successful. This is it. Plus, you've been holding it down for 4 years. What?
Yay, y'all give it up to yourselves, Sauce in the City. Thank you for keeping me and us in the air. So that people like Jay and like Mark and Ben and Abigail can all come and join us and witness what we get to do on a weekly basis. Now, Jay,
Anytime.
number 3, most important to us. So are you ready?
Yes.
Will you come back and join us again for another episode?
Any day, anytime. You just tell me where to be, and I'm here.
Woo! Y'all give it up for the new folks. All right. Well, Jay, we shout out to you. And like I said, thank you for taking a chance. I know my intros are long, but if you read through them, I think we have a beautiful show and it just gets better every time we add people like you. Next up, we got Stephen Douglas, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
I want to give a big shout out to you, Brenda Brown. Want to give a shout out to my wife and a shout out to Joey Lee, all the cast members that were on here tonight. And that's it for my shout outs. I thought everyone did a good job tonight. It was a good show.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And shout out to my girl, Michelle, out in the comment section, blowing it up. I'm sorry I couldn't get to the comments because there were so many of y'all on the stream. It was a juggling job that I should get paid for, but I do it out of love. Thank you, Stephen, for joining us the very first time and just sticking with us, even though I know like episode 2 and 3, you were kind of unsure where we were going with it, but you stuck with us. So thank you so much, because you are incredibly funny and I can't wait to see what you do next. Next up, we got Funny Man Green to my stream. 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
Doing another shout out.
Oh, that's well, yes, because you're up there.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to you, Brenda. Shout out to Sauce in the City. You know what I mean, for allowing me back.
Of course, and always. And shout out to my girl Althea McFarland out in the DMV area with the Morning Mac Show, taking great care of you. When I sent you over there, I'd hoped that you would find a home, and you did. And so, yeah, our neighborhoods are growing, different ones. I can't wait to see you back in Vegas again. And it's coming up, you know, the year's moving fast. So I'm hoping you can join us again for our very first comedy float in the Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, on the mark for us to get going. All right, Malfunction Junction, 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
Well, I'd like to shout out to you for allowing me on the show, even though I was like really, really late. I'd hoped to have been part of the entire episode, but hope is just what they give St. Jude's kids with their morphine to make them more comfortable. I really don't think it exists. So I also want to shout out to Alzheimer's. Without it, I wouldn't know the importance of peanut butter. And I would love to also shout out to Joey Lee's fanboy innocence. I'll leave that man alone. I've been starstruck before. I know how that is. You let him drool. You know what I mean? Just let him drool.
Well, shout out to you, Malfunction Junction. And shout out to comedian G Dane, who was in the spot you're in now, but somehow he couldn't make it work. But shout out to him anyway. And I'm so glad that you got to join us, because half of Tony Klein is better than no Tony Klein. So shout out to you for coming in the clutch and making it a full screen, which we haven't had in a little while. Last but certainly not least, Mark Kid Walk Britton. 30 seconds on the clock. Shout out.
Shout out to all of you who have been such great sports, but shout out to my favorite, Joey Lee. I don't know if you guys know or not. I'm a big Joey Lee fan. All right. So no, shout out to Funny Man Green. I was funny shit, ribbing him about that the whole time. I was crying over here every time that you got on the screen. That should have been 3 minutes. If that would have been 3 minutes, I'd have turned it on. You didn't mention part one single time. Anyway, shout out to Brenda for doing this, because yes, I'm sure that's done with OBS. You're doing a killer job, because I don't, man, you switching screens like that and all of that stuff. That was it.
Aw, well, thank you so very much. I'm blushing over here, and that's if you've seen my picture, you know that's a hard job to do. And before I pass out, thank you so much for coming to the show. And again, I had no idea who you were, because that's how I like it. I don't do any research on anybody for any reason.
Okay.
Because if you tell me you're funny, I take your word on it. And we just roll with it. But thank you for dazzling Joey Lee and for dazzling our screen. I now know that we have a celebrity in our midst. And when you come for the World Series of Comedy this year, are you coming this year?
I don't know if I'm coming this year. I might be doing the one here at Looney's in Colorado Springs. I might be doing that one.
Okay, well, the next
Yeah,
time you get back to Vegas for the World Series of Comedy, I would love to come out and meet you in person and just to say hello. But
Oh,
now we
I do a
have,
lot of Comic Cons out there too. So
you do what?
I do a lot of Comic Cons out there too.
Oh my gosh, and that's coming up too. So
Yeah.
anytime you're in Vegas, please hit me up. I would love to come out. I love Comic-Con too. So
Okay.
just so everybody knows, that's why I'm trying to turn you guys into a board game as we speak. So love Comic-Con, love you guys. Your three
Wow.
questions, are you ready?
Yes. Hit me.
Number one, did you have a good time?
Yes, I did have a good time. It was better than any podcast I've ever done. A lot of podcasts are usually drawn out, but I mean, I was very entertained by all the comedians on.
Oh my God, did you guys hear that? I'm fangirling. Yay! Okay.
Mark.
Yeah. Hey, is that Funny Man Green? I know it's got to be Funny Man Green that was saying that.
Actually, that was
Oh, okay. My hearing must be off. My pitch must be off. I must not be able to identify voices right now.
That's okay. Question number two, because you are such a consummate professional in the industry and you've seemed to have been all over the place doing everything, can you see this show on television? What do you think?
I think you need to streamline it just a little. It needs to be streamlined a little more, maybe shortened into an hour to where it kind of goes just a little faster, just from the question asking standpoint.
Okay.
But I understand that you're working the board as well. If you could get somebody to work the board or do the question asking, I think that would take a lot as well. Because I know that, man, I try to do OBS and they're trying to get me to do it with the split screens and put your TikTok live on, play video games same time. I can't do any of that. Yeah.
Actually, about 35 to 40 minutes of it was Joey drooling over the fact you were here.
That was Joey yelling, Mark. His wife said no, Lee.
Now. It is Benoit balls.
He likes Asian. He likes Asian people.
Yeah.
He likes Asian. That's it. He likes Asian people.
Absolutely. So it's just this show has been cut into 30 minutes. It's been done in an hour. It's been done in an hour and 30. It's been done in 2 hours. It just depends on how much flipping fun we're having at the moment.
Oh,
but
the timing tonight was just a little different because my wife passed out, so you guys kind of cock blocked me. You know what I mean? We could have done maybe 1 hour earlier. If we move it 1 hour earlier, Mountain Time, 1 hour earlier, I started
well,
I just done the show
I
while I
went
did
in
the
there and going with like sleep. Damn.
I tell you this, the more and more that we do it, the more streamlined it gets. But I was just letting Joey have his moment with you. But third and most important is the one that we asked, which is, will you come back and join us for another episode?
Yes, I sure will. If my schedule permits it, I sure will.
Yay! Y'all give it up for Mark Britton and the shout out. And as always, I want to shout all of you guys out from Malfunction Junction to Randy Holton, Mark Kidwalk Britton, Joey Lee, Stephen Douglas, Ben, Funny Man Green, Abigail Comedy, Jay Risk, and our missing person, which is comedian G Dane, who gave it his best and tried his hardest. My shout out is always first and foremost and always to the people tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, because without you, who are we? Let's see, I'm going to go to our comment section that I've ignored this entire time. Didn't mean to, though. Tommy D Comics says, another great night of laughs. Shout out to Brenda Brown and the cast for keeping me cracking up all night. Shout out to you, Tommy Lee, and I hope that oral surgery is going good for you. And we miss you on the show and look forward to your return. And of course, we have my girl, Michelle Laird, who starts us out in the beginning and is always there for us. So shout out to you and thank you for allowing us the time with your hubby, to do the show. So we love you. Tony Klein, thank you for being in the comments section. There he is. He was saying hi to Michelle, keeping her company. So very cool for that. And Funny Man Green, this is your comment and this is your fan. His name is Matt Timney. Funny Man Green, the world ain't funny. The market's down, but we got a lot of money. So he is definitely a fan of yours. Always, always, always chiming in when you are on the show. So get with them. Coffee Time, David, shout out to you. Thank you. He says, watch some this evening. Enjoyed the show, Brenda Brown. So shout out to him. Then we had Latanya Johnson, aka Miss Diamond. Good evening, everyone, from Latanya Johnson, Miss Diamond. So shout out to her for tuning in. Very, very cool stuff. And I think that's kind of all that was in the audience. I tried to take a quick look, but as you know, it gets rough. Stephen Douglas says, I have to go. Good night, everyone. Y'all all say good night at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
I love these Benoit balls.
And I want to take a moment to shout out my friend Andrew Bryant, aka Andrew versus Drew B, for his fantastic show that he's bringing to Vegas, which is the Fairly New Comic Experience. All of the weekend of 420, which is 417 to 420, he will be having his Fairly New Comic Contest. And this is one that yours truly gets to be a comedy critic on. So watch out for my comments because I know comedy. And with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. Please stay tuned to the green room so you guys can link up. And that's where the fun really begins. But for the people tuning in, this is a good night. And we hope y'all had as much fun as we did.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It is.
Are you ready?